I'm Jerome Brown. In the immortal words of the inventor Nikola Tesla, what up, doe? This is Abstract Soul. We're going to take you through, show you what we've got, tell you a few stories. Hang on. This is the Mind Palace. That little dog used to sit in my mom's fireplace since I was like a baby. Anybody that knows anything about 4268 Web knows that. That's a picture of my mom right there with bits of glitter. And this is my mind palace. This is what is actually happening on the inside of my head when I'm really quiet and avoiding crowds. Right there is the great artist Bill Traylor, who part of his story was he was homeless, illiterate. At one point, he actually lived in the basement of a Detroit funeral home. Now his art is worth thousands. A true genius, a natural genius. Or as a good friend of mine would say, a natural man. Marbles because I was a kid, so there. You know, I have a little, I love cultural schizophrenia. Like we have the Irish gnome here with the Pullman Porter. We have African sculpture, bits and pieces, dots. I don't really think that people think in straight lines or in great panels. They're more like flip cards. You can think and feel, you know, a number of things at the same time, or at least I can. It's a gift and a beautiful burden. This is Extraordinary Joe. If you notice, I've given the great Joe Louis jaguar eyes because he was a fighter. And I've also given him pheasant feathers in the background with the red, white, and blue because of the famous fight with Joe Schmeling. The animals that are in the background, including the unicorn, are simply just because. I'm not really into making sense. I'm into being visually memorable, not even necessarily provocative, but just bubblegum for the mind and the eyes. This is Sonny Rollins' Woodsheds on Brooklyn Bridge. It's about the iconic mythological story about Sonny Rollins when he was at the beginning of his career and doing well and decided he simply wasn't good enough. So he stepped away from the stage and just jammed in the middle of the night on a bridge. And to tell the true story, it was actually the Williamsburg Bridge in New York, but Brooklyn Bridge makes better poetry. The circles are a combination of 19th century book marbling that I warped and twisted and just turned into notes that are drifting above the New York air. This is Dexter Avenue Boogaloo, which is sort of a shout out to Mondrian's Broadway Boogie Woogie. Dexter Avenue is the site of many things, the Dairy Queen. But it's just about throwing everything you've ever thought and ever seen together. And what I really like about this is, like, once again, mashup. It's like, you know, we used to do little drawings and you take, what do they call those? Flashcards, you know, you make a figured move. So I believe in, like, there's a point that someplace in the universe, there's a point where everything that has ever happened and ever will happen is happening all at the same time. The still point in the turning world, I think is what Eliot said. And this is Dexter Avenue Boogaloo. It's actually 2 panels, and I like it. Okay, this is Abstract Soul, the movie. I like thinking of soul music and the very nature of survival being creativity. And a good friend of mine said that my pieces are so colorful, why not try something in black and white? I don't know if this is what she had in mind, but she's a great American, and so this is a tribute to her. These are all 19th century book markings that I photographed, digitally twisted about, ripped the color out. This is also a very three-dimensional piece where there are many floating elements inside floating elements and floating elements inside floating elements. And you got to see it live. The thing is, I think it's like 60 by 40, and it's truly delicious. I like it. How about you? I used to be a singer, songwriter. I've written about 300 songs, performed in New York about 25 years. And I got to a point in my life where I realized words no longer suffice. Words upon words upon words, like cat pictures on Instagram. So I have this piece that's simply called These Are Some